Yes, sir. Here we go. Let's talk about some boxing here, y'all. And trying to see who y'all going with the Spence and Bud. We got a little information about a few things. I want to see if you guys want to share it. What you know, what you believe, what you feel. I want to hear it. Uh, I'm going with Bud on the fight, of course. These are two of my favorite boxers of this era. You know, I'm leaning towards Bud a little bit more. Uh, I like his style. I like the way how he box. Uh, I just like that. You know, the ability of a lot of guys coming up in weight and being able to do the same thing in different weights. That show that they got pretty good ring IQ. They're intelligent, uh, and they gifted. Uh, Spence, on the other hand, uh, he's a solid dude, man. He's solid. Uh, he beat basically everybody else. In my book, he does. He beats everybody else. Uh, I think Keith Thurman gave him a rough fight for the first 4 rounds, and he stops Keith, my opinion. But Keith is smart enough, have enough education, I'm gonna call it, enough boxing education to probably keep from getting knocked out. I'm gonna say. Everybody be talking about Keith Thurman can't take it to the body. Why ain't nobody stopped him then? You know, but he can crack, and he can crack on the fly. Makes him a dangerous man in there into the last bell ring. But let's get back on the topic here, though. Arrow, arrow, arrow. This is where it all gonna go down at y'all. Uh, Derek James is a pretty good coach. He had a real good career self going. Uh, I have noticed the best coaches be the one that lost. I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but the best coaches have actually been the boxer that career really wasn't that good. Buddy McGirt, he had a pretty good career, but he had some losses. And even Buddy is a pretty good coach in my book. Uh, it seemed to me that Buddy just get a hold to people that their careers are already on a downslide, or they just ain't, top level boxers. I'm gonna say. So it kind of makes him look bad sometimes, but he's a real good coach though. Shout out to Buddy McGirt. Uh, when you talk about boxing, let's talk about stuff that you know. Let's talk about, even in your opinion. You feel a certain way with your opinion, cool. You know, let's talk about that though. Uh, let's keep. Let me mention something here. What is the problem with Errol Spence can't keep that mouthpiece in his mouth, man? It's been twice in the happen, and I'm gonna be bringing forward some info, some inside info I know people probably ain't picked up on, ain't seen, the flaws. And I'm gonna show you why I'm going with Bud on it. But don't get me wrong. This is a 50-50 fight, man. I lose either way it go, because both of them is my guys, man. Man, I got a close friend that asks me who I'm going with. I tell him, hey, I got to go with Bud, man. That's my guy. You know, this fight got to happen, but it's gonna be a 50-50 fight, man. And like I say, I mentioned something in my other interview, and I hey, I see you there. Is it QT? Okay, salute, man, salute. But yeah, I had mentioned something in my other interview, the flaws of Arrow, and just having boxing background myself, I kind of see it. I'm a left hand fighter also, and I can switch. When I was in my prime, I'm kind of gray now, but I'm still pretty good though. But Arrow is he's definitely I really like his style, man. It's kind of gritty. But if you guys ever go in history, man, you know that type of fighter just don't never beat a pure boxer, man. It just doesn't happen. Um, you can go back as early as the 40s. It just don't happen, you know. Oh yeah, definitely. Crawford is multiple weight champion, and and like I say, I like Earl and I like Bud. I like left hand fighters because I'm a left hand fighter. I fought at 128, 135, 147. So I have so the same weight classes Bud kind of fought in. I fought in them classes. And a lot of people is talking about, hey, well, he moving up, he ain't a solid. Man, listen, if you make the weight, that's all that matters. Do you make the weight? You know? Uh, I'm going with Crawford all day, right? And, you know, if everybody talking about Spence power, Spence don't have that type of power that uh do Spence have a Javante Tank power? No, no. That is power to be scared of. Spence do not have scary power like that. You know, uh, you look at the fighters that he fought; they already gave up before they even got in the ring with him. You know, uh, if you look at the fighters that he fought, they was right in front of him, standing there in front of him. You know, Spence and Ugas, Spence versus. Oh yeah, for sure. I think Sean Porter beat Errol Spence in that fight. I hit it a draw with the knockdown, but I clearly didn't have Spence winning, and I betted money on Spence on that fight, and I actually thought he was going to get Sean Porter out of there in about 10. You know, um, that was a fight where if Spence really wanted to separate himself, he could have beat Sean Porter and stopped Sean Porter in about 8 to 9 rounds, you know, as well as Bud did, and he could have really separated himself. And I would have really like, whoa, okay, this guy he can really put it together, Uh, and never, never, never. Sean Porter ain't never lost, man. I never seen a fight Sean Porter came close in losing, and everybody got an excuse when you lose, but you know, uh, again, I think I watched the fight 20 times at least, and to me, Sean Porter won that fight. The most exciting part in the fight was what Sean Porter was doing. What made the fight exciting? He was fighting Sean Porter. So, to me, I gave it to Sean Porter, Uh, and I think that Porter is a couple of notches up under Bud all day, and this is gonna be a good fight, man. I'm glad they announced it. Well, they haven't announced it, but it's out there. Some good evidence out there. Uh, but the thing people ain't talking about is why Errol Spence can't keep this mouthpiece in his mouth, man. People ain't talking about that, man. Why he can't keep that mouthpiece in his mouth, man. And again, in my other report, I reported, if you watch Mayweather back in the day, we used to chew gum to get the jaws tight, get the muscle tight. You know, it helps hold the mouthpiece. It's not going to keep you from getting knocked out, but it will help you hold your mouthpiece. Made it grit down a little bit. Uh, and it also keep the wax out your ear. A lot of people don't know that in boxing, but you know, Errol Spence can't keep that mouthpiece in his mouth, man. Danny Garcia, he knocked it out his mouth, man. You know, in this fight right here, Danny Garcia, he caught him with I think it was I think it was a left. Uh, Actually, no, it was a right hand. It was kind of like a wraparound right hand. Called him, knocked his mouthpiece out his mouth, man. Uh, Same with Ugas. He knocked his mouthpiece out his mouth, man. Why he has not been able to hold that mouthpiece. And that's going to be a factor, man. That's going to be the biggest factor right there. Watch and see. No, Sean ain't never ducked nobody, man. No. Right. Yep. He didn't get a chance to fight Boots or Virgil, which I like the Sean, and he said no, he's not gonna never fight Boots, this and that, woo woo. They kind of slandered him for the comment that he made, but at least he told the truth. He said, "No, I'm not fighting him," and I don't blame him on the aspect of if he would have went from Crawford to fighting Boots or from Spence to fighting Boots, then it'd have seemed it like more like he was a gatekeeper and he belittled himself. So no, I wouldn't have done that neither. You're a new guy, Boots. Work your way up. Get to where you need to get at. Them big fights will come to you, just like it's happening. You know, and oh yeah, and he's gonna definitely be a Hall of Famer. You know, yes, he was doing good with Spence starting off, but I think he took the Pacquiao route with Spence and um, wasn't expecting Spence was gonna move backwards or to the side more like Pacquiao was doing, and he felt like this is the way you could beat a left hand fighter. But man, I hate to say it, man, but we left hand fighters, we have a lot of tricks, man. We have a lot of movement that's off center any right hand fighter, and that's why a lot of right hand fighters don't even want to fight left hand fighters, man. Laid up. Uh, a young Pacquiao was dangerous, man. Whoa. A young Pacquiao was dangerous, man. I'm sorry, man. I had a young Pacquiao. Really, I don't care who you was. I was gonna go with Pacquiao, even if he would have fought Floyd Mayweather young. I was going with Pacquiao, man. Seriously, dude. Uh, I don't care what nobody say. Pacquiao was way more explosive, way more quicker, with a lot of speed and just awkward punching. as he got older, and he just kind of he didn't have the the quickness, the speed, just the off rhythm no more. He started being uh more natural boxer. When he turned into that, it's like, that's not your style. That ain't what got you where you was at. Uh, you know, uh, it was rumors at one time. I'm trying to think who that was that he sparred with. I want to say Sean Porter. I think Pacquiao sparred with Sean Porter, and right after that, Sean Porter changed his style to start moving in and out and around and switching you around, lowering you to the corner, then turning on you and putting you in the corner. And I think that's where Sean Porter adopted that in his uh, 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 boxing style, because he was sparring with the likes of Manny Pacquiao. So but yeah, young Pacquiao, man, whew, when he was Pacquiao, man, you would be a fool not to bet with him. Man. So I had to go with Pacquiao, young Pacquiao. You know, this day and era, I had to go with Bud. You know, ooh, that's a good one, Shakur and Hanley. Okay, my opinion on that. Again, Shakur just haven't. Uh, he's good. He's good. I see good quality in him, but I to me, I just don't feel that he been proven yet. And these guys nowadays, they just anybody they see fight once or two, maybe three times, they just automatic say, "Oh, he's the greatest. He's this. He's that. He's the greatest of all time." I don't do that, man. Prove to me, because just like everybody was saying about Boots, on how good he is, and he this, he that already, and he'll beat this person, he'll beat Bud, he'll beat Spence, and he had a fight, the undercard of one of the best fights of that time, which was Javante Tank Davis and Garcia, and and a lot of people didn't see what I saw, but I saw the best interchanges was the foreigner guy. He was making actually the best interchange, getting the best punches in the interchange of that fight. And Boots was like a deer with no headlights, with the headlights on him. He was just shook. Couldn't cut the ring off. Didn't show no talent of cutting the ring off. Just chasing this man all night, and so. Mm-mm. So I say let these guys, mature and prove themselves. That way, if they do fight somebody good and they get beat or they get stopped, it ain't no big deal, But it's just like Shakur is going to 135 now. Now, you want to knock out artists at 126. So now you move to 135. Work your way up, man. Work your way up. Before I see you in the ring with like or Javante Tank or Devin Hanley, you know, uh, you know, I would like to see you in a fight with just like a Pitbull Cruz. And actually, that's still a dangerous fight for him. Pitbull Cruz he's different, man. That guy is different, man. I see. I don't know how far he goes, but he's different, man. So, and he's not coming in there to play, man. He's coming there to knock your head off. So you could be he the type of person you put on a talented fighter, and he's gonna still, he's gonna be dangerous. So I would like to see him even fight somebody like that though. Pitbull Cruz, get you a Rolly fight up under you. Somebody that we can kind of say you should win and get the feel of 135. Because at 126, it really wasn't nobody cracking at 126. You got some boys in 135 that's cracking, man. And you know, we got to see how your chin really gonna hold up at 135. I don't care what nobody say. Prove yourself a couple times, man. You know, uh, I like him though. He's a left hand fighter again. Um, let's see. I don't know yet, man. That's I man. I want to say Josh beat T.O., man. I really do, man. I want to say Josh beat him only because, like, once a person lose and anything, they don't forget how to lose. You know, Not saying that they ain't as good as they were or they talent have decreased. No, it's all about willpower, and energy. And Josh Taylor coming in there and knowing that, um, you know, he's a winner. He done already, and beat the likes of, you know, uh, other people at 135 and this and that, and Josh Taylor is a pretty big boy. He's gonna be huge that night. So, uh, do he stop T.O.? Mm, I don't think so. But what we got to see out of Josh Taylor too, though, is on the other hand, is how do he adapt with boxer with swag? And T.O. do have swag. You got to give it to him. He do have swag. So we got to see how he gonna adapt to that swag T.O. got. You know, and of course we already know T.O. can crack. So we got to see how he gonna deal with that though. Uh, Everybody criticized T.O. for the last fight, but again, that's what I'm saying about Shakur. Get in the weight class first, beat up on a couple bums that you can beat. Get used to the weight class. Kind of get used to that 135 feel, that punch. Get hit with one that you're like, oh, okay, it's different, man, when you're moving up. Uh, I went up from 126 to 135, and I got cracked. I didn't show it. I showed the poker face, but I got cracked, and it was definitely different. So when I moved to 147, uh, believe this or not, 35 and 47 ain't too big of a difference than cracking. No. Right now, Javante Tank can go to 147 and crack probably harder than anybody in 147. So it ain't really a big difference in 47 and 35. And, I tell people this all the time too. Most people at 47, you have natural welterweight that's at 47 that started their career in 47, but 35 to 47 moving up ain't really no big difference. The biggest difference is from 26 to 35. That's the biggest difference. I don't care what nobody say. And then you go above that, the biggest difference will be uh, 47, and then you go to 60. Because 47 to 54, they crack about the same. So especially if you've been in that weight class. They're gonna all be about the same. But the hardest jump is that 26 to 35, man. Right up, you know. Ooh. Uh, man, that AJ, the bronze bomber. I think Deontay beats him, man. You know, I didn't see what everybody else seen out of AJ this last fight. I seen really like, man, like why am I here? Look on his face, man. I didn't see no energy, man, in him. Like, man, I'm back. I'm finna whoop on you, man. This and that. He went in the ring like that. And I seen a few of his punches, even though they landed, they were desperate punches. Nah, you know, you built like a statue, dude. You know, you didn't even show that in the ring. You know, you did not show that. So I don't know what that was all about, but you didn't even show that. You know, um, you supposed to really big man that dude, man. You supposed to big man him and showed him, like, man, I'm bigger than you, dude. I'm in here, man. It's my ring, man. I'm finna hurt you, man. I didn't see that, you know. But maybe he'll build his confidence back up with Derek James them over there. But somebody sooner or later gonna get the blueprint, and like I say, and Bud gonna get the Bud got the blueprint, and people got to understand why is Bud calling out Charlo is because Bud see the same thing I see. All these guys at this gym has the same style. They throw the same punch. They throw the same 1-2, boom. They throw the same in and out punch. The throw the punch, bob up under the head, move out. They all see the same style. You watch Errol Spence, he just do it with the left hand. You watch Charlo, he do it with the right hand. Even Frank Martin, he's beginning to look the same way. And once you beat one of them guys, it's gonna be easy to beat them all. The only one gonna be harder to beat is the other Charlo brother because he's with Ronnie Shield, and Ronnie Shield, um, Ronnie Shield don't believe in all the gimmicks. He don't believe in the hype. So mm, that's gonna be an interesting situation there. So they're gonna once Bud beats Spence, he will move to 54, and he's gonna dominate Charlo. I just see it, and then I see if Bud don't knock Spence out, I definitely see another fight at 54 with them two. You know, but yeah, let's talk boxing, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. Um, Try to get with you guys tomorrow at the same time. Man, hey, let's talk boxing. Yes, sir.